Hey, what's going on? It's the Winny and Kels show. We got some conversation for you about relationships, conversation, and communication. How you can be disingenuous at the beginning of a relationship just to match the person's energy, just to get what you want, and not end up on top. A lot of people call it the honeymoon phase, where people show up as their representative just to get what they want, and then they representative don't last long and in detail it ends the relationship because when you start showing your true self you end up ruining
Things start
the
to fizzle out.
illusion. Yeah, it starts to fizzle out. And I'm gonna be real honest with you, like we was talking earlier and we was talking about like dating apps and how, like, for me, I'm not a texter. I hate texting. I feel like it's no type of human interaction with it. I'd rather talk on the phone, see you in person, so we can fizzle out all the mystery, all the what ifs, all the, you know, your perception of me and my perception of you,
Right.
um, in a whole. And I use a lot of I statements. People realize that the reason why I use I statements because I am an advocate for taking accountability for my bullshit. Big advocate for taking accountability for my bullshit. So I will use I statements. In this case, I have been the one that played the role for the fantasy and lost the relationship in the end. I have. Not saying I was being disingenuous. I was being very much myself, but I wasn't being my whole self. I just gave you the moderate version. I wasn't giving you the overly loud person. I wasn't giving you the totally playful, sometimes immature person. I was giving you the low vibe, cool, calm, and collective person, but that wasn't my
Rico Suave.
yeah, yeah, Rico Suave. I wasn't giving you all of me because I know I'm a lot to handle sometimes, and I gotta be very honest about that. I'm loud. I like to be playful. I like to joke around. I think I'm funny. I think I'm funny. I think I'm hilarious.
I think it's an addictive trait too. Sometimes I'll find myself doing that same thing, kind of shrinking myself to uh more or less get in the door.
Right,
But when your true, I guess your true personality kind of blossoms naturally, it can be a bit addictive to other people because they want that light.
right.
And when it's not being shown, or when you take it away, or when you kind of calm yourself down, and like, what's wrong? What's the matter? But it's
Oh,
just a
you wasn't
matter
like
of
this at the beginning.
yeah, but it's just a
Dang.
matter of shit. That I mean, it's a normal range of human emotion. Sometimes I'm high, sometimes I'm low, sometimes I'm even, sometimes like it's just natural.
It is natural, but people always voice it as being indifferent or disingenuous because the simple fact is, dude, you wasn't like this. I didn't know you were so loud. I got this in my past relationship.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't know you were so loud. I don't like that. And then it just start to become a critique of my character when in fact it's just that I'm giving you more of what I should have gave you at the beginning to make you feel like you have to make that choice quicker, but I wasn't comfortable with you and you wasn't comfortable with me yet.
Right.
And that's where the honeymoon stage has to be up front. Like, this is who I am, really, and just putting that all on the table and letting them know ahead of time what to expect probably will ease the tension of a long lasting relationship
Hmm.
and making it go the distance because you are upfront. But a lot of people can't take. A lot of people are darker than you think. Like, I have a light with me. I work with kids. I love what I do, and they always bring me joy when they do things right. And it's a natural cadence that a child brings to them, just like a child brings to a parent, that automatically brings out your better judgment, your better light, your more positive influence. So you feel better. It's just, it's that energy that they give because they have that innocent understanding. And so when you give that to a relationship, and it might come off as childish and playful, or you watch cartoons, or you play video games, things like that. Well, what do you want me to do? Beat you upside the head, rip and run the streets? run through a bunch of bras as I could,
Go get a
talk to you.
Hellcat and whip my ass real quick.
Yeah, like what the fuck? You go around a cat, be cool, calm, and collected, go upside your head, be the man, and be all over you. Or you can have the chill guy that likes to have fun, that don't mind doing, what you quote unquote call as childish things. But childish things are just adventure outside of adulthood. Like we always got this little box and understanding of how we want our perfect person to be. Listen, I want somebody to have fun with, somebody that could take a joke. You know what I mean? Not somebody that's serious and think they gotta be so adult that they can't either let loose. They can't
I
either
think
be
it's
character.
very important for men that we find a partner who is yet love, loyalty, respect, but accepting, accepting of the nuance in our personalities and the things that we like to do or the things that how we express ourselves. Uh, I find a lot of content out there from females like, oh, I ain't messing with no dude who plays video games. I ain't messing with no dude who does this or who messing with the dude who does that. And these are like perfectly normal things, things that um are beyond the shadow of a doubt regular human things, ways for humans to express themselves. And putting that kind of pressure on people just turns people off. And I mean, most of the people who say that, or most of the women who say that, are inherently single. If you're less accepting, the odds of you getting with somebody are extremely low, whether it be on your end or the other people's end. So I think finding somebody accepting of the things that you like to do is paramount too. I think that's something that we can add to that Mount Everest of things to look for in a good female. Love, loyalty, respect, accepting, or kind disposition in general. Being able to, even if she doesn't like the video games or the animes or the whatever, she likes you enough to just accept them.
Exactly. Because if we really was to be honest,
Mm,
men mode a lot of men mode to what they woman kind of want them to be because they want to make it last and they think it'll make it last.
right.
Then a lot of men are just genuine and be like, listen, I'm not gonna be sitting up here trying to be your quiet standard of what you call a perfect guy. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing everything right, but you still will find something wrong. Okay, the fact that I can be immature at times, the fact that, it is a possible miscommunication at times because I'm not understanding where you're coming from, and the fact that, I might watch a cartoon or invite you to watch a superhero movie or whatever like that, which is a lot of times not a harsh thing to do because a lot of women are on board with some of the same things. And I can't say my past relationship, she wasn't on board with a lot of the same things, but it was certain things that she'd be like douse the flame. Oh, you too loud. Why you laugh like that? And it started to become critiquing my true image when I'm just showing you that, hey, I'm free to be me because I love you. You understand? I'm free to be me because I trust you. I'm free to be me because I feel like you are my safe space. You understand? And then when that all falls apart, and then it just come nitpicking, 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 and they wonder why your light is now went into a box. And they wonder why. Why you acting like that? Why are you so standoffish? Why are you this and why are you that? Because you didn't allow me to be safe in what we call a relationship, just like I allow you to be yourself and be safe. And it was so funny because she would do certain things that she talked to me about or found to be annoying or whatever like that. She would do it back. I'm just like, what? What is going on? I'm matching energy. What is
It's
matching?
funny that you're saying this because excuse me. It's funny that you're saying this because there's like a trend going on right now where
Right.
people are kind of identifying that they didn't like their partner or anything that they did at a certain point. Here, I'm gonna throw this clip on so you can. Here we go. Let me know if you can hear it.
I can't hear nothing.
Me either, which is crazy.
Your
Hold up.
volume
Oh, there we
button's
go.
off.
On the bottom right. All right.
When I went through the I hate my girlfriend era, I hated her so bad that it brought me to a whole nother relationship with another female, and I end up leaving the girlfriend I was with at the time. And I end up going through I hate my girlfriend era with the next girl I got with because I hated my last girlfriend so much that I got with this girl, and then end up hating this girl and getting back with my old girlfriend. That's how bad my I hate my girlfriend era was. That it brought me to it made me leave.
Every man will go through a phase in a relationship that is the I hate my girlfriend phase. And I don't care what you're saying, it's every man. They all go through it,
You
okay?
pause.
If your man gets past this phase, please know it only means one thing. And of course, you're not going to want to hear it, so listen. If your man was hating his life with
If you hate your
Of
girlfriend
course,
and
the female just dances around the actual topic. Basically, what the thing is was every guy goes to this point where everything that your girl does is annoying as hell. And what you just told me was like the opposite. Like the female displayed having that phase. So I thought that was interesting. I wanted to draw that line real quick.
Right, but you see, I became to get. I started to get there though. Started to get to that I hate my girlfriend phase. So
Oh yeah,
hate
on the
my
opposite end,
fiance
yeah, in
phase.
response to it.
Yeah, because after all the criticism,
Mm,
you start to get bitter. You start to hold resentments now. You
mm,
start to not want to engage as much.
mm.
You know what I mean? As you used to, where you used to be the first one and she called the first time, man. You pick it up on the first ring. Now you wait.
Now you might look at it and take a deep breath, like,
Now
oh God.
you see the text message and you know you ain't doing shit.
Yeah, you just
You
lock
ain't
the
got
phone
nothing
and put
going
it
on.
back
You ain't got
down.
to work. She knows you ain't got to work. She knows your schedule, but just the fact that you let that shit sit for a minute, just
Hmm.
she just cursed me out this morning. I don't really want to hear her fucking shit this
I'm not
time. I
even trying
don't.
to go through that.
Right, and it was all for no reason. It was all because this is what women have to understand. It's all because you have a hatred within yourself that you haven't even realized yet.
Hmm.
You haven't either undergone the right treatments. She used to always criticize when I would do something. She was like, "Oh, you remind me of such and such." I hated that. I hated being compared to somebody, and I hated labels. I still hate labels. Oh, you just use the label. I use the label to make you understand why I hate labels. You just like every other guy. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. By far, I'm better than your last, and probably better than your next. Period. You know what I mean? And they show you that because once they find that emotional curve and they make those emotional decisions, oh, I'm getting out of here, I'm leaving. This is not. I got to find my peace. I got to do all these things.
They say
And then they
women break up long before the actual breakup.
exactly,
And I
exactly. They
think
can
that's
break up
just a
months
way
before.
of getting to it. I think they throw themselves in that mode where they're like, everything this guy does has to repulse me. Women have to be repulsed by you to leave the
Mhm,
relationship. And as men, we don't do that enough. We need to identify that when a woman isn't the best for us,
mhm.
and either communicate that it needs to change or communicate that it's over.
Right. But
We can't
what?
just be left trying to pick up the crumb. That's a common thing that I like to say. I've never been broken up with. I've always
Mhm,
had the discernment to be like, oh, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. That's something I'm not willing to accept. Goodbye.
absolutely. Well, I can admit it. I have been broken up with.
Mm.
I have been. I'm not scared to admit that.
Nah, it's
Uh,
perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing to even be
no,
broken
no,
up with or
but
not broken up with.
I understand what you're saying.
Mm,
You found the cadence and the flaws that can ruin a relationship.
right.
So in order for you to not take it any further, you cut it off at the head. Whereas though me and a lot of other men, uh, we was brought up. All men was raised to be providers. To make sure caretakers, protectors, and all these things of that nature. And sometimes we protect and provide for the wrong women.
Absolutely. And
Okay,
then think about this too. Women will leave, a woman will destroy her family to keep her happiness.
absolutely.
A woman will divorce and leave. I was actually watching a podcast that that I subscribed to. I don't even know if I can find it. Hold on. On this channel, but guy's married to his girl for years. And ends up walking in on his girl with another guy. And it turns out that she's been having an affair for years. What the? Oh my goodness. This thing is killing me. Here we go with this. And it does this thing where it's this endless cycle of me having to put in my password a million times to change back and forth from our shit to the other shit. All right. So let me do this thing. Bang.
It's crazy though. Yeah, because a woman will leave because her emotions is not in the right place. She don't try to. A lot of women, I can't say all women. Is it?
Yeah.
And our parents was working, busting their ass and everything else. So a lot of times they didn't have the time to sit down with us and talk to us, talk us through these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They worried about putting food on the table, keeping a roof over our head. You having school clothes and school shoes. You doing well in school, by putting up with this punk ass job that I probably don't like and don't. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't have time to sit down and talk with us and talk us through those things. Like, hey, Manny, like, okay, that happened at school today. Yeah. You didn't like that. Why you didn't like it, or how did it make you feel? A lot of times we don't have the time, you know. So, like I said, a lot of us, especially like I would say our age group, our era, like we're living childhood traumas.
That's a powerful point. I forgot he even had said that. I watched this clip the other day, but that's a powerful point as well.
Abandonment issues.
Oh yeah, well, him identifying his own abandonment issues.
But that's what we have to do as men. Sometimes, like, accountability is the best eye opener you can ever have, and that's why I use a lot of I statements. And I learned in psychology, like, you know, you don't want nobody to feel like they're attacked when you're trying to state a point, because that's not your purpose. Your purpose is to get understanding and clarification on the situation that's happening now. So if I'm trying to express how I feel, how you made me feel emotionally, I'm not going to say you did this to me and you did this. Well, I'm gonna be like, I feel as though that we're not communicating as well. I feel as though that we're not on the same page. I feel as though is that, you know, we don't have that perfect understanding or that perfect connection that we used to have when we first started. And that takes off the pressure off of them, so they're not feeling attacked, but they also understanding what you're saying and what your cadence is.
Right. Knowing how to express yourself and knowing how to receive other people is a major part of that communication.
Absolutely.
Let's
you know what's crazy? Oh, go ahead. Keep it going.
Yeah, I wanted to just finish up this clip. Because the part that I was originally talking about is coming up, I think. Let me see.
What you're feeling and what you're going through, they're also going through it. You know what I mean? Like, give grace, because like, not only am I going through some...
I'm about to be transparent. What I'm going through right now is a divorce.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going through. I found out my wife was having an affair with her coworker.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been dealing with since July.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. And that's tough and that's rough. Yeah. But what you just did right now is taking control of your situation.
Absolutely.
Like, you're the owner of your narrative. Like, being able to say that and get that out takes such confidence and such bravery. I commend you for even saying that and bringing it up, because you getting ahead of the shit.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you are a victim of something that happened to you.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't initiate that. You know what I mean? But but not blaming yourself for the shit and be like, you know what, this is it, nigga. And motherfuckers go through this shit all the time.
Yeah, that's what was hard in the beginning, trying to figure out, like, how did this happen to me? All of the shit that I did for my family and my wife. Like, how the hell did this happen to me?
Yeah.
And I realized it's not a me problem. And you asking yourself why, this is a choice she decided to
right.
make.
Yeah.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with me. She wanted to do it, and this is the consequences.
That's it. And that's the...
Like, you didn't think about the family. You didn't think about anything. You just wanted to do whatever you
wanted to do.
And
that was your priority.
Yeah.
That was your priority. You prioritized that over this huge mountain over here of what should have all the attention.
When I've always had discernment for our family.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I know I did some shit in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, I seen the hurt that it caused you, and I never bring that hurt to you ever again. And
Yeah.
I was like, if you didn't accept that, you could have just not accepted my proposal when I proposed to you.
Very deep episode. This is a relatively newer podcast or relatively newer format for these guys because they usually do like live streaming.
Right.
But in this format, dude, they've been getting straight to. I mean, and they upload like every 2 days, straight bangers. And definitely, these are the next dudes up for sure. But yeah, man, I was trying to like draw that line between like where you think you are in a relationship and having that communication, and then just the bombs that can be dropped as you're going through them. Like you were saying, shit, you might wake up and your partner's nitpicking and damn near ready to get up and leave. You may wake up and it's all good. It's just the way it goes. You can't really get ahead of it. Yeah.
Yeah, what I learned is that I learned this like pretty late. I never was the type to get up and walk away. I don't give up on anything.
Mm.
I have this well, you can say ego. I'm a fight to the bloody end. But then I realized that a lot of men that was brought up like myself, I was raised by my mother, whatever like that, that was brought up with those certain protect, provide, serve mentality, excuse me. Uh is that's okay to want to fight in love, but it's just knowing when to stop,
Yeah.
knowing when you gave too much and now enough is enough. And I had to come to the realization that, like, hey, just because it's done for now doesn't mean it's done for good.
I think it's
Okay.
important to split up too, like you were saying, knowing when to fight for love or whatever it may be. But you got to know when it's important to uh, apply logic to a situation as opposed to feeling to a situation. And we've had that argument a million times where I'm like, well, I'm saying it plainly. I'm using logic. And you're like, well, how it makes me feel is it? And I'm like, well, we got to apply logic. Like, it's important to, yes, it's important. You can have both, but it's important to discern, okay, I don't need to think about this from feeling, or I don't need to think about this from thinking. I need to think about this from this. Like, you have to use choice A or choice B because
Right. Wait.
that can mix you up. That's a completely different answer if you look at it from a different lens.
Absolutely. And I understand, what you were saying when what you meant by that is like, weigh the pros and cons. If the cons outweigh the pros, man, it's time to go.
Time to dip.
It's time to dip. If it's not even red flags at this point, it's just straight disrespect. So at that point in time, you need to be like, all right, you got it.
I'm gone.
Throw in the towel, walk away. I'm out of here. You
Yeah.
got it. You won. You won your own. But and it's funny because women play this game. Oh, I wouldn't say game because these are all emotions and this is what they're feeling and what they're going through. So it's justifiable for them, right? And we misunderstanding, and I think this is where the miscommunication between male and female is because you have a logical brain that will think logically, then you have this emotional brain. You have the female side and the male side.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to like figure out like an argument happening and then you looking at the argument like, yo, that's the dumbest shit in the world. Like why was I entertaining that? Why didn't I shut it down? One, I probably didn't know how to shut it down.
Hindsight is
Two, I was
2020.
trying to gauge her and make her understand and make her come back, and it wasn't working because she was already in that emotional tirade. So
Mm-hmm.
she already understood what she was trying to get out toward you, and you're missing a point, and that makes her even more mad. You know what I mean? And then once you get it, like, oh, I understand why she's mad. Oh, I understand. But it's later on, and now she's sitting in it too long, and now she's already came up with her conclusions and her decisions. And as men, like you said, and I applaud you on this one, we have to know when to walk away.
Absolutely. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Exactly. Know when the fight is not yours, and this is just an internal fight with herself that
Right.
includes you.
And
Yeah.
that's a lot. I think we talked about this the other day with the women shaving their hair off and all that stuff, or going with
Yeah.
the short haircut. Sometimes women just make these very brash decisions, and there's really no way to talk them off the ledge. They are so
No.
like hyper emotional. Sometimes they make these decisions, and it's not on you to coax them into bring like being realistic or coming back down to earth. Sometimes you just gotta let somebody walk straight off that ledge, man. Sometimes
Yeah,
that's
because
how people gotta learn.
you can't save everybody. You can't
Especially
save everybody,
women. That's my
especially women.
favorite thing. I like to say my piece, give the logical answer, give the response that is necessary, and then watch what happens.
Exactly.
Most of the
This
time they come back, yeah, you were right. I probably should have. I know.
And 90% of the time, and
hmm
I went to that recently. We talked about it,
hmm
and it was a no response for me, man. It's not because I don't love her. It's not because I don't have feelings for her. It's because I just knew when to just stop.
hmm
You know what I mean? And that goes into saying, like, you can't save everybody.
You gotta let things play out. Can't
You gotta
can't
let
be the superhero. You can't afford to have somebody else being more important in your life than you are. That is just
absolutely
a
that was
recipe.
very well said.
That is a recipe for disaster. Putting somebody else's way, unless it's your children, and even then
Yeah,
they got an expiration date. You hit 18, hey buddy, you're on your own. But
yeah, for real.
at the
You
same
ain't living
time, like,
all these years.
yeah, or your partner even. I can see if you're married and you're stuck, but you can't put other people's will, because if you're not well yourself, you can never help anybody else until you get to the point where you are well.
Exactly. I heard this a while back. It was a quote on the body.
Mm,
Said if your brain fails and the head fails, everything else fails with it. The
mhm.
organs, the heart, everything else fails with it. So if the head is strong, everything else flourishes.
Yeah, absolutely. Strong mental
And
state, strong physical state,
exactly,
and
everything works in tandem
yeah,
with each other.
proper way
And
of
so
thinking.
right, it's just like when if you're sitting up there putting everybody else in front of you and you're the head of the household,
Mhm.
if something happens to you, they would have no way to survive. They would have no way to do anything. But if you're strong enough to focus on you, make your stance better, whether it's your money, whether it's your company, business, or whatever like that, and make all that stuff flourish, everybody else will prosper off of that. And it
I
will be stronger because of that.
I think a lot of men see being the head of a household as holding everybody up, kind of like a an Atlas thing. You ever seen Atlas holding the earth, like that old
Yeah,
Greek statue? But it's not like that. What you're doing is you're climbing this mountain, and these are the passengers that are hanging on to you. Your wife is hanging on to you. Your children are hanging on to her, and you're pushing forward closer to God. That's how a household is supposed to work. Yes, you are incurring the majority of the work, or the heavy lifting, so to speak, but you're not holding everybody else above you and crumbling underneath their weight. You are moving forward and bringing them along with you on that journey. That's the how you
exactly.
have to shape your reality in most things. You have to be in front. You are in front on your journey. And the people that are coming along are either they can be beside you, but they can never be in front of you.
And
They
you know
can
what's
never be
funny?
in front. The only person in front of you is God. That's it.
It was this video. I don't know if we could pull it up, but it was this video that I saw the other day. This young lady
Mm,
got on there and said, men can never win in a relationship. Either you're doing well and focus on your purpose and doing what you got to do, and she leaves you, or you're not doing well and you're not focused on your purpose and she leaves you. So it's like no in between, like, because if she feels like you're taking too much time away from her
mm,
and she doesn't have enough time, well, now she got to find other places and other people to entertain her
mm.
with that free time because you're focused on getting yourself and the family to a hierarchy,
I think it's important to
archetype.
state though, the right person will have patience for either one of those. Uh, the right woman is going to see you at a low spot and help you come up, and the
Hmm.
right woman is going to support you when you're balls to the wall going 200 miles per hour towards your goals. she's gonna fill your tank every time you come home. She's gonna fill your tank so you can get right back out there and hop on that road.
Absolutely,
But the wrong
absolutely.
person is gonna be like, "Where you been?" Like that. That's the wrong person. Those are the things that you need to watch. Those are the things that you need to look for. When I come home, is she filling me with positivity? Is she really refilling my tank? Is she helping me get to my next goal? Is she asking me what she can do to help me, or is she chopping me off at the knee and putting my faults on display, running to the group chat or running to her mama or running to her daddy saying how down bad we are or how I'm not able to do the things that she wants me to do. Like the right person is always going to work with you. It's always going to be teamwork and she's going to be a helpmate.
Right. She's gonna understand the assignment,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna go get it together.
Right.
Boy, you being my support, and then women, a lot of women need to understand, and for the women that do, man, kudos to you. I love y'all, and I support y'all every way. The ones that understand,
Absolutely.
the dynamic as a man, and to the men out there that understand the dynamics of the female.
Shout out to
Um,
the women, the real women.
the real
Not
ones,
the
the
not the
standing ones.
girls, not the online bunnies, whatever it may be. The actual women who go out and put in work with the man that they love.
Exactly. Shouts out to you, man. I know we know you exist, so this ain't for all of you. If it
Yep,
don't apply, let it fly.
exactly.
Um, so what I understand is uh when a lot of people are in that cycle of just up and leaving at the smallest sight of unhappiness, or they not appeased with something because they're looking for something that that unicorn that don't exist, right? And like my man said, shouts out to
My
him.
bad.
I hope he does well in recovering for that, because heartbreak ain't nothing to play with, man. Heartbreak literally turns into physical discomfort. It shuts down your nervous system like you just been shot or stabbed. It ain't fun at all. But I just think we need to get on the same page. That's all. What you got for me?
So what you were saying about people just you get up and leave sometimes. Um, this is from Pop the Balloon, Pop the Balloon or Find
Yeah, I
Love.
remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So this is like one of the the premium one, Pop the Balloon. So the creator, he went back and did a catch up with two people who matched, and they ended up kind of fizzling out. But he had like some pretty
Mm.
profound things to say when they told him that, because he's like really for like, hey, when you come on this show, you come seriously. Come seriously. This is not a game show. Yeah, the format is entertaining and goofy, but if you come on here, and you're serious. African dude. So let's get into this.
To me.
So this all happened in 3 days.
Literally.
So
Yeah.
this all of this, you made up your whole your summary. You summed it up to 3 days of this happening is how you think that he is in 3 days. So that's why I asked you the question. Do you feel like you was patient enough with him?
I guess some people may not perceive it as patience, but if you're not happy with something and you don't feel like it's working out for you, you have the right to walk away from it. You
No, you
don't
definitely
always
do
have to
have the right.
be
You definitely
patient
do
with
have the right.
someone.
I think what I'm trying to say is like a lot of people don't realize the reasons why they are single. I feel like a lot of people are not seeing the things that are stopping them from moving forward. Like for an instance, I think we get in a lot of this type of situations where somebody would be so quick to move and not even giving anyone a chance. Like, you're not going to get everything perfect. You're not going to get what you want or how you used to be treated, in a space of 2 to 3 days to a week.
You get the gist. So basically, they matched on the show. He was moving and working, and she didn't like that. She felt like he didn't communicate that enough, and she just basically said, "Well, I don't want to do this because you're not giving me the attention that I feel like I deserve or the attention that I want." And the host is like, "Bro, you got to give people a chance, especially you're coming on the show. You're single. You can't find anybody. Maybe give this dude a chance, especially if he's explaining it and he's being open and honest about it." And that's a big knock on our culture right now. Like people are like inundated with just options on top of options to the point where it's like, oh, you're not doing this one thing that I want. Bye. gone.
Yeah.
Just evaporate an entire a potential relationship, or potentially that could be the one. This dude, he might be able to take her to the damn moon, but he doesn't talk to her for an evening, and now she's gone.
See, I talk about like the dopamine hits that
Mm-hmm.
kids have and need to thrive or whatever like that, but adults suffer from the same uh, hit of dopamine,
Absolutely.
probably more so because we interact with each other on a different level than a child, right? So I think with that instant gratification always has to be reserved for that person that needs to hear from you 24/7 just to feel secure, needs to hear from you 24/7 just to feel like it's something there or something I can move forward to. And it comes down to fear, right? Fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, fear of what this person might be that I don't want to deal with again because of trauma, right? It all tracks and goes right back into that trauma from past relationship, that trauma from a childhood trauma, like he said, with the abandonment issues. That is a huge thing in today's culture because everybody went through it and everybody's starting to understand that that's not how I want to feel anymore, which is a valid stance because it is a hurtful and harmful place, especially when people don't have the capabilities to actually handle it. You know what I mean? Either for a brief moment. Now he just said they only been talking for 3 days, and he told her, he communicated with her that he
Yeah,
was moving, so
they
he's gonna
literally
caught up.
just matched, and that's something that they talked about on the show.
Right.
He was like, "Hey, I'm moving, so I'm a bit busy right now," and their segment actually took the
Right.
longest. So their segment started at, or when she came on, was uh 51 minutes. It took her almost 30-40 minutes just to narrow it down to this dude, and she's like,
And
"Oh,
it
I'm a
sounds she
Jesus
got an
warrior."
accent.
Yeah,
Is she
this is
from
this is this is in the
Caucasian?
UK. Yeah, this is in the
Okay.
UK.
Oh, okay.
Also, this is I mean, this is the perfect archetype right here. Dark skin chick. I'll tell you, top of the line, bro. No, no,
She is beautiful.
bro. My God, look at the body, the frame, the jewelry, the makeup, the hair, the teeth. Jesus, man, you can't, bro.
Slow down.
My bad. I'm over here. My bad. Like I
Over
said,
there
slow down,
drooling over there. He drooling.
bro. Banging, bro. 10 out of 10. But yeah, I mean, she went through all of this, vetted all these dudes, ended up with this guy. I think it was between the dude that she picked and this dude in all black, and she ended up popping his, going with that dude just to for it to fizzle out 4 days later. Like, come on now.
It's crazy because look at how they dress and look how she presents herself, and that's
Hmm.
like a telltale sign. Like, do you really want to participate in this pop balloon, or do you want to participate in another one that feel like is more your speed?
Yeah, I
Because
think
I
they
think
give them the rules like come how you would to a first date. So,
hmm.
which I think is probably too much freedom for them. I would probably give them a more strict dress code just so everybody's on the same page. But
No, but
it
to
is
be
a good telltale
disambiguous,
sign. Yeah, exactly. It's a good telltale sign because you don't want to tell everybody, yeah, come in a 3-piece suit, and then the nigga never wears a 3-piece suit when they're going out on
ever.
dates. Yeah,
Right.
like you're not
So
a
he
3-piece
shows up
suit
with
person.
his church suit, his Sunday outfit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think just hey, come with a collar on your shirt. Everybody's got at least one collar shirt, or at least one button up shirt. Like that. That's fine. But
Yeah.
all of this dirty sneakers and leather pants, like, come on, man. What are we doing here? We're grown men, and this is in the UK. This is
You got bell
us.
bottoms on.
Yeah, it's just wild, man. Like, come on, man. Grown man, grown. If you're a grown man, learn how to dress. If you don't know how to dress, go on Instagram, find somebody whose style you like, and just copy that until you get the hang of it.
Copy paste method.
Yeah, you should not be walking around looking like a 10-year-old with dirty shoes and jeans with the belt loop on them. What else you got?
uh, that's it for this one right here, man.
All
I
right, there
hope
we go.
y'all enjoyed it. I want y'all to like, subscribe, tell us your opinions, leave your comments. Let's communicate a little bit more, and it's open. Liking is free, subscriptions is free, so utilize that.
Too easy.